Hello, everybody, and welcome to the first solo dolo episode of the BunghettiCast. Before we get started, I would like to thank our Patreon supporters, Swan Dizzle. And if you're interested in the Patreon, it is linked below. It's patreon.com/EddieBunghetti. You get certain content early, your name at the end of YouTube videos, extra stuff like full resolution photos or drawings or like behind the scenes, extra content like that, and a monthly Q&A. So if you would consider supporting me on the Patreon, and let's get right into it. So this is the first like super long form recording that I've done, I think, ever, without like, I mean, I've done like Let's Plays and streams and stuff, but like with just nothing else going on, like just me, just pure raw Bunghetti talent. I think this is the first one, so we'll see how long I can go, how long I can ramble by myself. But I wanted to try it out. I just wanted to see, I wanted to test the waters, you know? So I believe this is the 6th episode of the BunghettiCast. Hi, how you doing? Pretty good. But I didn't really plan too many topics ahead of time for this. We're going to, I'm sure you can tell, I'm going to try not to cut out too much dead air either, because I want this to be raw. So, without any further ado, the Smash video came out with me, Swan Dizzle, and Sexy Studios, Anthony. That was really fun. It was a lot of fun, actually. Highlight reel came out good. We also recorded another secret Let's Play between the three of us. That's coming out soon. It's a little spooky, and there's a little bit of a prank going on that I pull on the two boys. So look forward to that. I'm gonna try to have an episode out soon. I can't give you a definite answer because I work a full-time job, and among other things. And so within the next 2 weeks, for sure. I definitely want it within the next 2 weeks. Probably the next week, if I can, but we'll try. Shoot for 2 weeks just in case. Also, Swan Dizzle, he's such a little sweetie pie. That man, he sent me a nice little. Well, first he sent me a magnet when he went on his trip to Vancouver, I believe, and a nice handwritten note from him. Is very sweet. It was very nice. So in response, I started getting together a package for him. And oh my gosh, that's a story on its own. I started to get a package for him together. And before I even sent out my package, he sent me another thing. He sent me a nice embroidered Jujutsu Kaisen t-shirt. It's got Gojo's little like chibi face with his little peace signs on there. He just got me a shirt. He said, "Happy Christmas to my pen pal." What a guy. Am I right? But yeah, so he has a package going to him soon. He should be getting it within the next couple of days of me recording this, which is nice. He'll probably, so it's a package full of, I'm not going to completely spoil like what exactly is in it, but it's full of American or US rather snacks and stuff, like things that he can't, well, not that he can't get over in Canada, but they just don't have available, really. At least as far as I know. There might be a few things in there that I just grabbed that he might have had before. But I'm really excited. I told him to open it up on camera, so you can expect that within the next few weeks as well. Swan Dizzle opening up an exclusive. So Swan Dizzle, he is a Canadian from the good old province of Alberta, And I thought it would be nice to give him some good old-fashioned Pennsylvanian snacks and delights, among other things. So look forward to that. But Customs kept my box for like 2 weeks. 2 weeks they kept my box. Like, I understand they have to do checks and stuff, but what happened was, well, not what happened, but it was stuck in Winnipeg for like 2 weeks, and then yesterday I sat on the phone for 15 minutes, like going through all their support stuff and getting transferred a couple times and all that, to be like, hey, I see that my package has been in the warehouse for 2 weeks and it hasn't moved. So I'm just checking on it. If there's anything else you need from me, like if I did anything wrong or if I need to like pay more shipping or something, if there's anything you need from me to help this like get moving, let me know. And they said that it was something about the declared value or just what they determined it to be like considered a high value package, and I used regular value shipping, I guess, when I sent it out. So I don't know. I don't think that's quite what was holding it up, because it ended up shipping out this morning, or clearing customs this morning. And I don't know if it was a coincidence or if it's because I checked up on it and they grabbed it and pulled it, and since it was already out, they did whatever customs they needed for it. But yeah, so it's back. It's back on the move, I believe. So that's good. I'm so excited. There's a couple items from Aldi in there. One that there's a bag of chips that I haven't even had, but I grabbed it from Aldi because it was Thanksgiving themed. I'll give you that, and I'm excited to see how that tastes. I should have picked up a bag for myself, but I'm on a diet. He's also on a diet, but it's okay. It's for content, am I right? But yeah, I'm excited to see him go through all that stuff, because there's a lot of funny things in there, I think. There's a nice little note with me going through everything for him, so he can as he pulls stuff out, he can read about them and yada yada yada. So that's good. Package is on the way. Any other news? I'm glad to be back on YouTube. Nice little check-in about me, but I'm glad to be back on YouTube. It sucks because YouTube content does take more time, and again, not to get too fucking, what is it, influencer transparency, whatever, but YouTube doesn't really get me as much as I would like right now. But we're working on it. And that's okay, because the YouTube content is what I would rather do, even though it takes longer and I don't get as much out of it right now. It's what I would rather do. So like, whatever, I'll push through it. I've been making videos my entire fucking life, pretty much. So I'll push through it. We're gaining some traction, which is good. The TikTok it's doing a lot better than the YouTube. For some reason, it's hard to funnel over the audience, but that's TikTok. But we're finally at a point where I'm like, this could happen. The problem is that it's taking so long, but I'm patient. I've got all my life to get to where I want to be. Like, if somebody were to ask me, hey, what's your long-term goal? What is your career goal that you want? It'd be this, right? Like, it would be just doing what I want to do for you guys, like for everybody at home, sharing the things that I enjoy, being a little funny boy on the screen. I don't know. There's something about, I love sharing experiences, right? Like I have this, I don't know what this problem is, but if I play like a game or watch a movie or a show by myself, I feel like guilty, or I feel like I'm missing out on an opportunity to have experienced this moment with somebody else. Like I like playing, even if it's one player games, I like playing or watching people play with at least one more person, like in person or online or whatever. I don't know. I feel like there's just so much, there's something that's more special with sharing the moment with somebody else than there is me sitting by myself being like, that was a really cool thing that happened. Okay. And like that's it. It's just that's the end. Right? Like that's what pushes me to do this. Is like even though I'm an introverted person, I just want to create that experience, that feeling with everybody. I want to share my creativity. I want to share my thoughts and feelings on things. I want to share my experiences experiencing these games and movies and shows or whatever, and I want to do it in a creative way that people enjoy. That's the ultimate goal, right? I'm going crazy. The the creative juices. If I'm not doing anything creatively like this, I feel guilty. Which isn't to say that that's all the time, but it is a lot of the time. Like something's wrong if I'm not like making the things I want to make, because my day job is a graphic designer, but it's not exactly what, I'm not making the exact things that like I want to make. I'm making things for other people and other people's ideas and other people's ventures, but I don't get as much enjoyment out of making that stuff as I do making my stuff, which makes sense because it's my stuff. But I don't know. That's the goal. That's the goal. And everybody here, if you're here listening, thank you, first of all. And second of all, you are what is making this happen. Isn't that crazy? This moment we're sharing right now between me and you, it's entirely unique. Your thoughts are different from anybody else's thoughts that are listening to this right now. We're getting pretty existential, but yeah, that's where I'm at. Everything's going good though. Everything's going great. I just wish I had more time. Time is the biggest killer. Like I want to work out and stuff. I want to hang out with my girlfriend and like my friends, and I need money to live, so I have to work my day job, and I want to make this content. There's a D&D campaign there's 2 D&D campaigns that I've been DMing that have just been totally paused because I just don't have the time to work on this stuff along with everything else, the social relationships in my life. But I mean, that's the way the cookie crumbles. I'll get there. I'll get back to the groove of everything that I want to do. But sometimes you just gotta bite the bullet and buckle down. That's inspirational quotes with Eddie. Hey, don't quit your job to be a YouTuber, kids. It won't work. I'm gonna be real. It won't work. It works for 0.01% of the people that do that. Most of the time, people that can do that are presented with an opportunity that allows them to do that. If I were to do that right now, I would be broke and lose my place of living. I don't want to do that. So we're here just being goofy guys when we can. And that's good too. That's great even. I'm really excited for the episode, the spooky Let's Play that we did. Right after I edit this, I'll probably jump into that if it's not too late tonight. But how's everybody else doing? What give me a post in the comments, everybody. What are your goals and aspirations? Let's use existentialism. Let's use this podcast. If you're here listening, let's use this podcast as a space for you to type in the comments your goals and aspirations. They could be long-term, they could be short-term. And then we'll use this space to come back and check in on where you've been, how far you've gotten, if things have changed, and if you're, happy with the progress that you've made. Now, if you come back, there's a good chance you won't reach what you wanted yet, or your goal may have shifted a little bit, and that's okay. That's okay. I'm not where I want to be right now, and we'll get there. And it'll be really cool it'll be a little bit more personal for me as well to read what you guys have cooking, and what all these interesting, cool people out there on the other side of this screen aspire to do or to be. I think that would be really cool. So, fuck it. We'll do it. In other news, Jujutsu Kaisen. The Jujutsu Kaisen anime. The 2 back-to-back episodes where certain things happen, you all know what I'm talking about, have just aired. And it was great to see Sam's reaction to them firsthand as he was watching it. We were watching them together. But it's such a shame because TikTok spoiled both of them for him. And it's so upsetting because I know after the first one, he'd be like, okay, I expected that, whatever. And then some positive things happen. And then the second thing happens, he would be devastated. It would have had so much more impact. But TikTok spoiled it, unfortunately. Which, I'm caught up to the manga. Yuta, the goat, and what's his name, Takeba, just did their thing. And I have theories, and I hope one of the fan theories that I've seen doesn't happen, but there's a chance, but I really hope it doesn't happen. But JJK. I just hope certain somebody doesn't get a new head to live in. Is what I'm saying. That could be so bad. But yeah, TikTok gave me a major spoiler too with a certain fight. So I had to read and get caught up. Well, actually, I was already reading as that got spoiled, but I wasn't there yet. And then TikTok spoiled a certain something that's huge. A lot of people are coping not well with what happened. I'm holding out hope. I'm holding out hope that maybe Sukuna will get charged with the crime of a certain something, and then the resolution of that case is that Sukuna pleads guilty to that crime, and then the judge guy says, actually you lied in court. That is false. And then all of a sudden, oh, wow, the thing is not the thing. I'm really treading lightly here. But if you know, you know. We'll say that. It is nice recording a podcast all by myself because I have an opportunity to get all of my ideas out there without getting not interrupted, but the tangents shift and the flow of the conversation goes somewhere else. So sometimes you don't get to say everything that you have on your mind, but it's just me, baby. It's just me. So I get to say everything I want. Tomorrow I'm going to record a different video that's another collab with Swan Dizzle. Jeez Louise. But it's fun though. It's fun. This one's music related. And I do provide vocals of some sort, or at least that's the plan. I plan on recording that tomorrow. So that'll be interesting to see how it turns out. I think it'll be fine though. It'll be good. It'll be okay. It'll be good. I just need to pick a day that my roommate is not here because I'm embarrassed. I can't sing. I can't rap. I don't have the vocal lyricism that may be required for this. Well, actually, I think I'll be okay with this one. But, like, I don't know. I sing in the car, and I think I sound good. And then I'll sing without music, like in my room, and it's just so flat or off key or just not what it should be. But I think my role in this collab will be okay. We'll be all right with that. So you can look forward to my vocal cords. See what I mean? See, that's exactly what I'm talking about right there. Don't want that. But you'll see that in action. So that's fun. Oh my gosh. So we touched on this a couple times, but I went to freaking Disney World, bro, in October. We went to Disney World, my girlfriend and I, and had an amazing time. We were out there. The last day we were out there was my birthday. Yeah. Was it the last day or the second to last day? Either way, we were up there during my birthday in October time. So we went to Mickey's Halloween party. We went to all 4 of the lands, the worlds, or whatever. And it was a really fun time. I saved up all year for it, and I'm still broke after it. I did not save up enough. But money aside, the drive, it was about a 16-hour drive, and we just drove it straight. If we went again, I don't think we would do it in the same way that we did. Because after the first 10 hours was fine, driving to Florida, but then and back. But the second or the last 6, that's where it really dragged on. And like, I mean, I don't know. I might have been okay. I might be okay doing it again to save money, but I don't know if it'll happen. It would be tough for sure. Maybe I kind of want to go with like Sam and all of the boys, because like they're like me, right? They're not super big theme park enthusiasts. They haven't really been to too many places. They're like, oh, Disney. I'm not like a Disney adult. I don't care about Disney, but like just being there, it's such a different experience to the world. You almost forget that you have loans and debts and work and other things at home. So yeah, it was fun. The drive was good. We stopped at Buc-ee's. It's so mid. Buc-ee's is so mid. Like, I get it. I get it. It's big. It's got nice bathrooms. Brisket on the board. That's it. It's just a gas station. But it's so mid. I mean, you gotta go because it's the thing to do. But if we didn't need to get gas, I don't know if I'd stop at Buc-ee's again. I did poop in the bathroom though. That was a nice experience. I'll give them that. The bathrooms were really, really nice. The stall had its own sink. That's crazy. That's unheard of. That's unfathomable. But yeah, we stayed at the, oh my gosh, what was it? Pop Century Hotel, which was cool. It's a cheaper one, but honestly, I don't mind it. It's definitely more for kids, but it was fun. They had a lot of stuff from all the different decades in the like main lobby and all that stuff, and our room was nice and colorful, and that was fun. It was connected to the what was it, the Skyliner or the Sky Rails or whatever. Those were fun to ride. We could use those to get to most of the parks and all of that. But funny story is when we were heading back from what was it? Epcot? No. Was it Hollywood Studios? It might have been Hollywood. Yes, it was. When we were heading back, at night, it stopped. The Skyliner stopped in the middle of the fucking like road. So that was cool. We also heard a couple scary noises, and then it turns out that like 2 or 3 weeks later, the Skyliner was actually down because it quit functioning. So we got lucky and didn't get stuck up there for who knows, hours or whatever. So that was good. But it was really nice. We didn't really spend a lot of time in Disney Springs. I think if we went again, we would go back to Disney Springs, which is like, it's basically like an outlet mall. We barely even went into that. But yeah, Hollywood Studios was fun. Epcot was really fun. I ate some yummy food. There were these curry spiced cheese stick things from India in Epcot. Those were my favorite food that I ate there. So good, I got it twice. So that was really good. Yeah, Epcot had a lot of good food. Epcot had some rides too. The best ride in the entire fucking Disney World, actually, was at Epcot. And that's the Guardians of the Galaxy ride. Now, this is a newer ride. You have to get on the app and like reserve your spot, and you can only ride it once per day. But man, it's so fun. And I'm not going to spoil what happens, but every Disney ride has like this pre-ride like experience in the waiting line, and some are a lot more involved than others, and the one for Guardians is so insanely impressive that it actually felt like I was in like another world. It's amazing. Plus the ride's great. The music in the ride's amazing. It changes every time you ride it. We got September while we rode it, and no big hills or anything like that, but you do go fast. You go backwards and forwards and spin around and go around corkscrews and stuff. It's really fun. It's literally my favorite ride, like anywhere, period, hands down. It's so fun. Hollywood Studios was fun. The Rise of the Empire, is that it? Ride with the Kylo Ren animatronic, that was really fun. The whole Star Wars like area was definitely the best part of Hollywood Studios. Yeah, just everything about that. We went to the cantina, got some jelly food and some drinkies, which were really good. I didn't get any blue milk because it was so hot, but I also kind of feel like I should have got the blue milk anyways, because like it's blue milk. It's blue milk. Blue. And also the Star Wars place was really cool at night too. It was really cool in the daytime. It was really cool at night. We saw like, oh my gosh, there's like these actors going around, and even in the background, there was an actor that was like pretending to hide from the Empire and all of that. And it was so subtle, like you could have totally missed it. You could have just thought it was like a normal person, except for what they were wearing and like how they were acting. They were like hiding behind a corner and like looking over, and it's crazy. Plus the in Hollywood Studios, the Rock and Roller Coaster ride was also really good. I cringed a little bit whenever it first launched because I didn't know what to expect, and I'm a little bitch baby. But every ride that I rode there, I would ride again easily. I was nervous for a couple, but after riding them, it's not that bad. I'm glad I rode all of the rides that we did. And going in October was good too, because we got to ride every ride that we wanted to ride. There were a couple that we just didn't want to budget time for, like the Toy Story roller coaster in Hollywood Studios. Like, we'll pass. I did pass on the Tower of Terror because the belly drops. That's the worst part of all the rides, is the belly drops. I'm not going to do it. Also on the Guardians ride, when we were there in Epcot, there was these dudes that were like totally trashed, like just being loud and really annoying or whatever. And it turns out that those same guys, one of them jumped into the river, and then they all got kicked out and banned from the park. And so there's a video of that somewhere, of these dudes. This guy jumped into the fucking water at Epcot. All of the people behind the camera were really annoying and cringed about it, though. But yeah, so that's cool that we saw those guys and saw that happen. Or, well, we didn't see it happen, but we saw those guys that did it. It was the same guys that were being obnoxious in the line for Guardians. What else is cool about Epcot? We went to the ball. I had no idea that the ball was just filled with 8,000 scary animatronics. That's crazy. And you just go up the ball. I had no idea. I just thought it was a ball. Actually, I thought Epcot was I thought the ball was the entire thing. The ball's not as big as I thought it was going to be, but yeah. We rode a lot of rides at the end of Epcot. We rode the one with like Figment or whatever. This whole Disney discussion is only for people that know what I'm fucking talking about. But we were also there for a wedding. Somebody that we knew were getting married, and we got the backstage access through Epcot for like not a brunch, but like a dinner type thing. And we had our own like exclusive spot by the water for the fireworks. That was really cool to go backstage. Very fun. The water show at Hollywood Studios was fun. Magic Kingdom, I mean, that's the main kingdom. Honestly, not my favorite, but it was really fun. Actually, I don't know what would be my favorite. Maybe it is maybe Magic Kingdom is my favorite, just because of how many things there are there. Space Mountain was really fun. Plus they have like the Jamboree, Haunted Mansion. Dude, Haunted Mansion's crazy. How do they do all that with the ghosts, mirrors and stuff? But like, what? How do they do that? Plus we were there for the Halloween party. So they zhuzhed up a couple of things like the, and they had the Pirates ride. The Pirates ride was really fun too. It had some smellies. So maybe Magic Kingdom is my favorite. But yeah, for Halloween, the Haunted Mansion ride had like these actors out in the line that would talk to the people, and Space Mountain just completely shuts off all of the lights. Nobody was riding Space Mountain So it had like a 10-minute wait, and we rode it twice. I wanted to keep riding it, but we had other stuff to do. But we rode it twice in a row in the evening, and we rode it once in the morning too. So 3 times riding Space Mountain's kind of crazy. The Tron ride was fun too, but it's a little short. The Tron ride's a little short, but it is a fun ride. I think that might be the newest one, is Tron. Either that or Guardians, I don't remember. But Splash Mountain was being worked on, and yeah, the Halloween party was fun. They had big scoops just shoveling candy. We didn't really get a whole lot of candy. We only went to 2 stops, but that's okay. They shoveled that shit in. And yeah, we went on like the safari, or was that might be Animal Kingdom? I don't remember. There's so much. The Headless Horseman and the parade was fun. We sprinted through the park trying to beat the crowd as the parade was going. So we were sat like where the parade starts, which is on the opposite end of the like entrance or whatever. And as soon as it was over for us, we sprinted to the exit or the entrance. And we actually made it out in a pretty decent time. It wasn't too bad. Yeah, all the fireworks shows were good. For some reason, I thought that the castle would be like way bigger than it actually was. The castle is not, it's big, don't get me wrong, but for some reason I thought it would be bigger. Unless I'm just used to, unless the Disneyland castle is bigger. I'm not sure. But it was big, but it wasn't as big as I thought. Small World was fun too. There's a whole bunch of stuff, weird animatronics moving. There was also that streaker guy recently that was there at Disney. So that's cool in the Small World ride. But yeah, all of the food was good. Yummy food. The Mickey pretzels were good. We kind of survived off of Mickey pretzels a little bit. The parks were impressive. My least favorite park was definitely Animal Kingdom. Not that it wasn't a bad park. It's just there wasn't as much going on, if that makes sense. The Avatar world, the Pandora, the Blue People Avatar world, that was cool to look at. The ride was really fun. The animatronics crazy. Speaking of big, the animatronic at the end of the Pandora ride was crazy. It was huge. It was way bigger than it looks like on video. Even though, Kylo Ren's like the more impressive animatronic, just seeing how big she is, I forget her name. That's nuts. It's crazy. We saw a bird show at Animal Kingdom. That was fun. The is it Ants or was it A Bug's Life? There's an attraction for that as well, which was fun. There's a lot. There's a lot. It was fun. It was a really good time. We were there for like 5 days, 4 nights, I think. Something like that. Yes. 5 days. No, 6 days. We were there for 6 days, and that's including the days that the first day we traveled went to Disney Springs for like an hour, barely touched the surface, did other stuff. And then the second day we did Hollywood Studios, and then the wedding, and then Epcot, Magic Kingdom, and then after Animal Kingdom, we just went straight home. So we went to Animal Kingdom and then drove for 16 hours. But it was really fun. I would 100% do it again. And maybe if we go with like the boys, we could rent a vehicle and like all take like a 4-hour shift or something like that. And it might not be too bad. Instead of 2 8-hour shifts where you both have to try to stay up just in case the one that's driving starts nodding off, which luckily we didn't have too much trouble with that. I was fine. But There was some times at the ends of the drives where it was pretty bad. It was pretty stinky, I guess. Excuse me. I'm drinking Wawa. So yeah, if you're thinking about going to Disney, it's really fun. I know Florida's kind of being a stinker right now, and it's really not cool. Like, it sucks so bad that Florida's doing that. But I mean, it's Disney. Like, come on. I never in my life thought that I would be there, and we were there for a week almost in Florida. I've never been like that far away from home. Period. That's crazy. Never been that far south. Put on a lot of sunscreen. I was very sticky a lot of the time, but you don't really think about that. Okay, to close off the Disney excursion, top 3 rides that you 100% have to ride. Number 1, Guardians of the Galaxy. Number 2, probably the Empire ride at Hollywood Studios. The not the one where you just sit and watch the movie, the one where you're actually like moving around and stuff. And then 3, if you like roller coasters, Rock and Roller Coaster. If you don't like roller coasters, and Space Mountain, those are probably tied. If you don't like roller coasters, Minnie and Mickey's something escape or whatever was also really cool. And the pre-ride experience was also really cool. The Ratatouille one was cool too. There was some smells, some cooking smells, fresh baked bread, but it wasn't as good as the Mickey and Minnie whatever train escape ride. So that's the Bunghetti Disney exclusive. An inside look at Eddie Bunghetti's experience with Disney. We brought a lot of food also to eat at the hotel. We probably only bought like 1 meal and 1 snack a day while we were at the parks because it's expensive. Joffrey's coffee's okay. That's the coffee of choice there. It's okay. I think if you got like a latte at one of the parks, it would be a lot better, but like obviously the coffee that you put in the coffee makers, or like even if you get like a cold brew at the hotel, like gift shop thing, like food place, it's okay. It's not the worst I've had, but it's okay. I'm sure if I got something at the like in one of the parks at a Joffrey's like stand, which I saw those and they had a lot more options, like lattes, for example, that the other ones didn't have. It'd probably be a lot better. But alas, I did not try it, so I can't tell you. Can't tell you. What else is new? Spotify Wrapped came out. That was fun. My top 5 artists were Waterparks, Stephen Paul Taylor, Blink-182, Tor, and Only Friend. I'm kind of surprised that, like, No Offense, I think that's how you say their name, wasn't on there. And there's one other, The Real Zabos, or Zebos, or whatever. I'm surprised that they weren't on there. I didn't think I listened to that much Blink this year, but I guess I did. But yeah, there's a lot of new indie artists. Spotify's Discover Weekly is like the best. I'll listen to all of the songs and maybe I'll get like 1 or 2 or none that week, but I don't know, it's just exposed me to so much more like music, right? So many more people that I would have never known existed. And I think that's really cool. Like Stephen Paul Taylor and Tor and Only Friend. I had a conversation with Stephen Paul Taylor. He's a lovely guy. I think he's in Costa Rica right now because somebody bought him tickets and booked him shows or something to play down there, which is awesome. That's really cool. He asked me for advice on TikTok, and I tried to give him my best advice, but TikTok's such a wasteland that it's tough. It's tough. I gave him my best shot though. I'd love to talk to him again. We talked about like venues near my area that are cool and all of that. So I'd love to talk to him again. Excuse me. And Only Friend is also a really cool person. I posted on my story my Spotify Wrapped and like tagged everybody that was on it. And Only Friend wrote me a nice message thanking me and all that. And we had a very brief conversation. But it was fun. It's fun. We're just two peeps doing what we want to do. I did invite him onto the podcast. He had to respectfully decline because he did attempt to do a podcast before, and he just wasn't happy with the way his voice, like hearing his voice sound, like played back in that kind of sense instead of like on a track, I guess. Which I respect that. I totally understand it. It took me forever to like just not give a shit about that. So I totally get it. But if you ever change your mind, I'm here. I've reached out to a couple people. Most of them out of my league, like way out of my league, to be guests on this show because like this podcast gets 10 views, right? Like it's not, nobody's watching it. Not that that's why they shouldn't do it, but there's nothing in it for them. Like, who am I? I'm nothing. But I haven't heard back from anybody except Only Friend yet. I have a few more people that I'm going to try that are definitely more on a similar level as me. So look for more guests soon. I'm going to try to get some on there. But yeah, because like I just want to talk to people about their lives, right? I don't know. I think it'd be cool. I have a couple people I might ask. I'm not going to tell you who, because if I inevitably don't have them on there, it's going to be embarrassing. But I have sent emails and DMs probably to 10 people, and I've only heard back from one, and that's because they DM'd me first. Maybe I'll ask Stephen Paul Taylor to get on. I feel like that'd be fun. I feel like there's a lot for him to talk about. Honestly, he's done a lot, and he's been a lot of places. We could talk about the Costa Rica trip. That's perfect. Maybe I'll reach out to him, or I'll soft reach out. I'll make this a highlight clip and tag him in it. We'll see. But honestly, I got nothing else to talk about off the top of my head. I should have had topics ahead of time, but I just didn't. So I think 45 minutes is good for a solo dolo podcast. I really appreciate everybody for being here, and I'm glad that this is a little bit more of an intimate episode, because I feel like I just is something that I wanted to do. So I did it, and that's it. So yeah, I guess check out the Patreon. Everybody that supports me quitting my day job. So feel free to check that out. You get shout outs at the end of YouTube episodes and stuff like that. And I mean, I said at the beginning, all the bonuses that you get for it, right? Right now it's just Swan Dizzle. And he doesn't even have to do it. He just does it anyways. What a guy. But yeah, the first 10 supporters on Patreon, I will say your names. I will actually say your names at the beginning of the podcast. So, first 10 get the audio, the audio support. So, thank you everybody for watching or listening on Spotify. Also, podcast is on Spotify. So, if YouTube's not your thing and Spotify's easier, you can listen to it while you drive or do other stuff, then that's that. Thank you for listening. I appreciate every single one of you. I look forward to reading all of the comments that's going to be full of all of our goals and aspirations, and it's going to be empty. It's going to be empty because there's nobody there. But you are here, and I appreciate you. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one.